Hey, how's it going guys? It's ZDEyE here. So today I definitely wanted to take this opportunity to go over some of the very recent leaks regarding of the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. And indeed, it seems like, and you know what, at this point I'm just gonna say it, I think it's real. I 100% think it's real. I do believe that Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition, will be coming. We also have an official date too. I presumably, of course, if it's coming the time when I'll be expecting, I will mention it, of course, in this video. But I want to go over the leaks that ZDEyE already clarifies, and it's just only getting more substantial. We finally got logos of the achievements or trophies for this definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto Trilogy for all three games, San Andreas, Vice City, and also 3. We also got the date, like I mentioned. We also got the source code that actually implies that this game, or I should say these games, will be indeed running on the Unreal Engine. We also know regarding that the Rockstar's game launcher, when it was updated, it actually introduced few new sources, and that's how we found out regarding that Unreal Engine is there. We also found out that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is there, 3 is there, Vice City is there. So, you know, it kind of raises the question what's going on, right? We also found out regarding the source code of the brand new logos. It actually has a pretty nice golden background as well in those logos, so it definitely has a distinctive look. We also know and can see that there's now 3 different backdrops of the games. Again, they're not necessarily to say that they're exactly the same as they were in the original. There are some updates and of course much higher resolution and quality. The other thing is, if you take a look at the games, you know, the names anyway, they're actually indicated as Grand Theft Auto 3, the definitive edition, then Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the definitive edition, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the definitive edition. So as you can see in the background, right, they already have kind of golden platter, golden look to it. It does look good though, to be honest with you. And so, you know, it kind of makes you question, and as well kind of raises some of the questions at least, and see, you know, what could be their differences in terms of everything that we're familiarized already in very old of the PlayStation 2 era of these games, right? And so, you know, few of the things that I definitely already started mentioning is regarding the trophies, or I should say, you know, achievements. There has been few introductions towards some of the new achievements. Now, we don't know exactly, at least I don't know exactly what's going to be differences in terms of, you know, being their old trophies or perhaps new ones. We don't know, of course, if there's going to be some kind of updates towards those trophies. But we have actually a few, you know, confirmations regarding that San Andreas actually has 2 new trophies or so. One of them looks like a basketball of a logo. It's kind of weird, and the other one is the Bigfoot. So we don't know anything about that. If you guys knew about the Bigfoot as well in San Andreas, it was the biggest conspiracy theory. We didn't know what the hell's going on. People try to find him and all. Of course, he does make his own appearance in Grand Theft Auto 5 and some degree as well in San Andreas. So it's definitely very, very much fun to be, you know, finding out these little things. Now, the biggest thing of all I definitely wanted to touch on is regarding of its release date. The game will, I should say, the games combined will be coming out most likely in October 22nd. Why? Obviously, it's because of the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3 since its release back in 2001. Pretty incredible, right? 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3, 2002, Vice City releases. 2004, 2 years after that obviously, is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and now we're getting all 3 in one package. That's awesome, of course. And you know, being on Unreal Engine, we don't know if it's going to be Unreal Engine 4 or, you know, the newest engine or whatnot. I assume it must be, but whatever. At this point as well, I'm curious to see what kind of you know, quality of life improvements that this game will be having, because that's more important, at least to me. As long as it does not feel like it's going to be very outdated, then I will be very happy, because, you know, currently, if you guys did not know, I'm going through the platinum and trying to achieve the platinum for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I already achieved on the Vice City. and also the Gran Turismo 3, and now I'm going through GTA San Andreas, and I require only like about 5 or 6 more trophies and I'm done. I got the platinum right there and there. Now, will I be coming back to play these games as well? As long as they're updated, not outdated as hell, I'll be very happy with that. Of course, gameplay, there needs to be improvements towards the button layout. Of course, I'm sick of this X button to be pressing when you want to drive. I want R2 button for me to drive, or at least give me an option in the button layout. But again, we cannot judge this by its cover because, like I said, this is a remaster. It's not exactly a remake, so you don't expect big things for it to be coming. Now, I'm sure a lot of people may say as well, what about introduction to new vehicles? What about that? What about new guns and stuff like this, right? Again, this is not a remake. It's not even an update. It's just basically remaster, and of course, knowing how Rockstar tends to go about their things as well, would you really be expecting to see big things? I just don't think so. I assume that as well, that they're putting all their hands on deck on the, well, you guessed it, Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, that was it. That's all I want to really touch on. At this point, it's more or less it's real deal, and there's only more and more news coming up, more and more leaks coming up regarding Grand Theft Auto, the Definitive Edition. And there's just, at this point, it's not a rumor, it's leaks, and so, everything, we just have to wait and see for its, inevitable release. Presumably, of course, October 22nd of 2021. It actually does make sense why it was delayed for Gran Turismo 5, the next gen update has been delayed to March. Maybe the Rockstar wanted to actually release this game first, and so people could actually get their hands on this, right? And they'll experience it, and after when they'll be done with it, that's when Gran Turismo 5, the next gen update, will be coming in March of 2022. Well, I assume that's just their strategy, and that's all. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. See you guys all later, and have a wonderful day.